Welcome to Did We Level Up, a show where a bunch of naive yet adorably pessimistic friends hope to one day be able to quit our shitty jobs and play D&D for a living. This one-shot was recorded in our living room with a bunch of amateurs like myself. Any cuts in the recording were done so to limit things such as pauses and rule checking. We made sure to keep in any story and world-building moments for you all. This will be a continuation of parts 1 and 2 of Catch Me If You Ptakan, set once again in the fantastical land of Ptakan. Both of our previous episodes can be found on our Spotify and YouTube. That way you'll be fully prepared for the adventure ahead. Additionally, content warnings can be found in the episode description, so without further delay, prepare yourselves for the epic conclusion of our Ptakan More Than One Shot series, You Reap What You Scythe. This is You Reap What You Scythe, a sort of sequel one-shot. I'm your DM, LeRay, and today we have 4 players joining us. We have some familiar faces, or voices, I guess, and one new one. Why don't we go around the table and say names of your characters, basic information, a fun fact about them, and we'll leave the descriptions for a little bit later. We'll start with Eric.
All right. My name is Eric. I will be playing Vorkax. He is a gold dragonborn fighter. He's from Clan Marik. And a fun fact about him is when him and his brother Korvax were younger, he convinced Korvax that he was a Warforged and was adopted.
Great. What's up, guys? My name is Kazuya. I go by Kazu. My character's name is Reganna, Ever-Ild. Her species is a wood elf, and her class is a ranger/paladin. The clan of the Yuki tribe was the Haraja to Antoine.
Yeah, I don't know why you looked at me like I wrote your character. Like that was your character.
That was just kind of the facing, talking towards the mic, and you just happened to be there in my peripherals. So fun fact about her is that she kind of took on the practice of meditation and drinking hot tea from her Medjay.
Tea's nuts.
Mm-hmm. I've only ever seen Antoine drink alcohol.
But it was like a tea-based alcohol.
That's what he told Reganna. He was like, no, it's tea. It's like just straight vodka.
It's warm sake.
Yeah.
He's like carrying a teapot around all the time. It's alcohol.
Full of gin. That's awesome.
Well, my name is Trent, and I will be playing Dren, Shadar Kai rogue fighter hybrid from the Trist clan. And Dren won't admit it to anyone, but she has a super infatuation with giants and Goliaths and the very infatuated with like power.
All right. Power kink. Nice. And so you decided on she, her?
Oh, no. No,
they,
I forgot.
Pronouns? Do you want to do all pronouns?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Okay. Hey, I'm Casey. My character's name is Ace. She is a Tabaxi cleric and the Medjay of the Taya clan. A fun fact, kind of long fact about Ace is that she and Flora were secretly in a relationship. And since Flora's lost in the last reaping, Ace has added pieces of Flora's good luck charm from the last game to her holy amulet as a way to honor her memory and keep her close.
Oh.
I'm crying.
I mean, it's kind of sexual harassment because they're like your boss.
It's like reverse relationship.
Everyone, hold on.
Cancel?
This is D&D. It's a fantasy game, and in this fantasy game, the power dynamics that doesn't come into play. They're both very powerful. It was very consensual. There's no weird.
What does our HR department have to say?
You better get your ukulele skills down because you're gonna have to make an apology video very soon.
It's not weird.
It's not weird.
It's not weird or problematic.
Do we talk about
I'm the DM. I roll. It's
talk
not.
about like our appearance as well?
We'll do descriptions
okay.
later on. Yeah, when the character is introduced, I'll have you guys do descriptions.
Yep.
But yeah, so now we will actually start. I lied to you all before. Now we're gonna start. We begin in a familiar land, one with endless mountains, their tree lines poking out all across their snow-covered peaks. It's once again the coldest part of the year. The snow has been falling for weeks now, making the yearly journey to Kilan a difficult one for our 11 clans. But the people of Ptakan are nomadic and used to such difficult journeys. Besides, this could be the year that they earn the right to live in the siege city of Kilan. With the week-long festival of Chorus about to begin, each of our Medjay are filled with anticipation, ambition, and perhaps even a few devious plots. This last year has been a tough one for the people of Ptakan. Meshi's murder, the death of the greatest leader Ptakan has ever seen, was not taken well by many, especially the Gon clan. There were also many questions surrounding the less than honorable victory of the current Scythe of Ptakan, Vorkax. Vorkax has decided to leave the murders and the details of what truly happened that night to themselves. Many of the people of Ptakan still have unanswered questions. Some decided to move on. But either way, the continent is beginning to unravel. Honor of many, not just Vorkax, is being called into question. Rumors of alliances between Medjay have been circulating. This last year has been full of questions, but none more important than the question, what truly is the cost of honor, and what is worth its price? Perhaps the answers will be found tomorrow night at midnight during the next annual reaping. Welcome back to Kilan. We begin in the center of the city of Kilan. Many of the Marik clan have gathered to greet the Medjay and their fellow clans as they arrive, one by one, into the city. Once again, a single sturdy stage sits along the wall of the Raven's Nest. Atop it, a young, handsome-looking, robed orcish man with black and white patterns awaits the arrival of the 11 clans. This you would all recognize as the High Priest of the Marik clan. The first of the clans to arrive is the Yuki clan, with their silver and orange banner depicting a lunar eclipse sun. Their Medjay Reganna. Kazu, would you like to describe what the people see as you approach, and then maybe give us a quick update on what you've been doing, maybe a small glimpse into your emotional, mental state, especially after last year witnessing the death of your best friend?
Right. Okay, so I'm a tall, lean, flexible with light golden hair and deep, like dark blue eyes that are kind of just like they look beyond the clouds, but a little bit, put together. My skin color is like light tan-ish white, and my ears are pointed, being that I am a wood elf. I wear mainly wooden mountain tone colors of clothes and armor. I have like a jeweled kind of crown around my head, where there's this jewel that's kind of like placed in the middle of my forehead. That was through like my travels with my merchant father when I was a child. I have a few angelic wings kind of braided into my hair, as well as like on my clothes and stuff, like weapons, etc. And a clean but charred red bead as a necklace on my necklace. As far as my mental state, I appear to be very put together. Probably not on the inside. But like walk in a way where I'm shoulders like back, chest out, really kind of just composed. Yeah, that was a great word. Thank you. And
wordsmith over here.
Yeah, this is my first time playing a female character, so we'll see how that goes. I carry a pretty good arsenal as far as like a quiver with arrows and a really nice bow, and 2 like short swords, and yeah, that's about it. Cool. Kind of just like a female Legolas type ish character.
All right. The next clan to arrive is the Taya clan. You see green banners with a reddish pink colored set of wings. Their Medjay Ace is leading them. Casey.
Okay, so at the front of the pack, standing tall as the leader of the Taya clan, you see Ace, a strong and athletic calico tabaxi, whose fur consists of a random smattering of black, white, and orange spots. Her eyes are 2 different colors, because of course they are, one green and one blue. She is draped in a variety of dark colored fabrics that mimic a twilight sky and are complemented by accents of silver armor. Her hands are adorned with platinum rings, and around her neck is Thor's holy amulet. On her belt is a sheathed sword and a small pouch of spell components she had gathered for the battle ahead. So this past year, Ace has definitely been dealing with a lot. She's been dealing with her grief from the loss of 4, and then on top of that, she hasn't been able to tell anyone about it, just because that relationship would have been looked down upon, and they would have questioned the legitimacy of like whether Ace was a strong fighter or if 4 just picked her because they were.
She was
in
hot.
a relationship. Yeah. So she has a lot of anger, especially about the last reaping, and she kind of finds herself wondering why Chorus let things happen the way that they did. She's hoping to, get some clarity and fix things.
Love Island style.
Yeah.
All right. The next clan to enter, you see the brown banners with the sigil of a horned beast resembling something like a rhinoceros. This is the sigil of the Tryst clan, and you hear their horn, led by their Medjay Dren. Trent.
Dren is an emotional wreck. She knew about Meshi's plan to have a unified Ptakan, and because she was mentored and looked up to Han, really idolized him, she fully bought into the idea that coming together every year and killing the best of the best is not what we should be doing. And so to see how last year played out really threw her for a loop. And they really channeled a lot of that energy, that rage into training and study in order to do the best that they could during the reaping in order to create a more unified Ptakan.
Cool. Did you describe what they look like?
Oh, no. Why would I do that?
I liked all of that. But yeah, so give us a little short description.
I mean, superficially.
Sure. If that matters.
Dren's actually a fairly young Shadar Kai, which is a type of elf. They have pale blonde, like kind of almost ashy hair, pale ashy skin, medium height, wearing like dark somber colors, cloak, and just dark black eyes.
All right, cool. No, that's great. That was all great. Thanks, guys. All right, so as all of our players have officially entered the city, you all are waiting for the other clans, and you begin to take note that the top halves of these enormous 60 to 70 foot tall oak trees are all scattered within the Raven's Nest. They look as if they've been growing for a century or two. They're massive, bigger than fully grown. They're vibrant and green and unaffected by the winter season. You had heard of these magical trees, but this is the first time you've actually witnessed them since hearing those tales. There seem to be 7 in total. The largest oak, however, is centered in the Raven's Nest arena, nestled just north of a shallow pond where the final battle is typically held. The remainder of the Raven's Nest, aside from the enormous rogue roots, remains rocky, barren, and covered in snow. As you're all taking this in, suddenly the next clan arrives, and you see the banner of the Moto clan. This is a purple banner with a gold scepter in the middle. Leading the convoy is a large, muscular human named Moto Jax, formerly the Haraja and right-hand advisor of Moto Zin. You can tell he's very conventionally handsome, even though you can only see half of his face. The other half of his face lies behind a 2-horned skull of some sort of ferocious-looking beast. The piece that's missing just looks like it has shattered and fallen off, but allows you to see some of the fine features beneath it. Next to arrive, approaching from the west gates, you see a silver banner with a royal purple comet shooting across it. This is the sigil of the Fudo clan, led by their leader, Fudo Denali. She was formerly the Haraja to Fudo Gray, the Nympho, and she is a red tiefling and also very beautiful. Her horns spiral around the sides of her heads and then kind of shoot out, and she wears this long golden robe that's kind of draped below her shoulders to show off her form. The next to arrive is a red and black banner with the sigil of a ram's head. Beneath it, you see the Rex clan. Their Medjay currently is Rex Morta, former Haraja Tachanka. They are a werebore woman with brown fur and black hair, and they have 2 hand axes attached at their hip. They're a lot more lean than Chunka, but very similar otherwise. They were passed down the werebore bloodline, as is tradition in that clan. Next, you see a white flag with light blue accents forming a dragon skull. This is the sigil of the Seto clan, led by the Medjay Seto Chimera, formerly the Haraja of Seto Kila. Chimera is a halfling woman with strawberry blonde hair, pulled back into a wide braid. They wear a green cloak adorned with various petals and twigs. The next Medjay that enters is Ori Relko, former Haraja to Ori Reeve. They are a raven-like Aarakocra, and because of their resemblance to the children of Chorus, they've been revered since birth. Them being a Medjay seemed all but inevitable. And you also see their banner, which is a black flag with an almost fluorescent green runic symbol of some sort. Their last Medjay was the werebear named Reeve, the were-polar bear. Next, you see Jo Flera, the twin sister of the former Medjay Jo and Ferna. They're leading their clan, the Jo clan. And she, like I said, is the spitting image of her sister. Has black, scaly skin, red eyes, wearing a finely crafted silver plate armor that would look similar or familiar to all of you guys. Overhead is her green flag with a white hourglass centered within. The next banner you see appear over the horizon is a blue flag with gray axes crossing one another. This sigil is the sigil of the Grunt clan. Their last Medjay was Oris. Once he died, the resounding theory and rumor was that he was the rumor. He was the murderer, was the rumor and the overall theory of the majority of Takanians. This year, they were led by their Medjay Bashal, who challenged and killed Oris's Haraja before his coronation. Killed in fair combat, wasn't murder, but...
Not murder combat.
Not murder combat or something like that. With them arriving, you are just awaiting the Scythe and the Gone clan. You all await eagerly, knowing that this past year has been full of turmoil for the Gone clan. Their Scythe and god essentially was murdered. Their Haraja was missing, and perhaps could be the reason for Meshi's death. The Gone clan has been leaderless for the last year, and the last time any of you heard news of the Gone clan was a month or more ago. You had also heard that they had begun a contest, a tournament of their own to name a new Medjay for the Reaping. Something you all know, usually it doesn't take a clan this long to select a new Medjay. So this has been a very first time you've been seeing this from a clan. The issue behind that was that the people of the Gone clan had become excessively reliant on Meshi being the Medjay for the foreseeable future. So no one was prepared to lose their leader, their homes, or their way of life, and no one was properly trained enough to fill their shoes. So you all stand there in anticipation. A few minutes go by and some murmurs start to build. People start to whisper and talk. And then suddenly, they begin to dissipate. You can see the crowds kind of splitting in the distance, revealing a banner. The banner resembling a green fist on a black canvas. The Gone clan has arrived. You all strain your necks to get an angle of the new Medjay, and you see flashes of scaled armor and accents of gold. Finally, they begin to approach close enough for you to get a glimpse of the successor to Meshi. And it's a familiar face to both the Scythe and each of you from your Haraja days. Before you is Korvax, the younger brother of the Scythe, Vorkax. Former Haraja, and some people think current Haraja, to the Marik clan, and current Medjay to the people of Gone. Next to him, you see a familiar face again. It's Gargle. But instead of his normal robes, he wears a set of fine armor. And you can all gather that Gargle must be the Haraja. As this happens, silence just spreads over the whole city. And then in an instant, erupts into just chatter. no one's whispering, everyone's talking, everyone's confused, especially the Marik clan, because they are seeing their Haraja represent another clan, the brother of the Scythe and their Medjay. And at this point, the thunderous Scythe Vorkax steps onto the stage as the bards begin to scatter. A hush never quite heard before once again falls over Keelan, as many look to Vorkax to see what they will say. Vorkax, if you would like to reintroduce yourself, as well as give us the same glimpse into your emotional and mental state, especially seeing your brother enter the city under a new banner.
So Vorkax is a gold dragonborn, donned in gold armor and purple pants. And he was struggling because, he had he had to live up to Meshi, who had reigned for so long. So that weighed on him. And then his brother had left to, pursue the murderer.
Marquise.
Yeah. Of Meshi. And so he was, that's why he had been holding back information, is because he was waiting for his brother to return.
And he did.
He did return, yeah. The crowd can definitely see just the shock on Vorkax's face.
His Home Alone face.
Yeah, he just the Home Alone face. And it's he's throwing me for a loop, let alone Vorkax.
All right.
So yeah, Vorkax is just stunned, and he's kind of just standing there, not knowing what to say.
All right. So as you do that, and you're kind of standing in the center of the stage, your high priest named Fwedwick speaks magically in a booming voice, and he says, "Ahem, welcome to Kiwan. It's really great to see you all. It's really great. Anyways, here's the Scythe Thunderous Vorkax. He is going to do a speech right here. Anyway, Vorkax, the floor is now yours."
So Vorkax steps up to the stage, and he's still kind of shocked, kind of has to shake it off a little bit. He's going to do his best to kind of just give his prepared speech without being too out of it. So he goes up. Welcome to Keelan. Clan Marik gladly receives you all into the city. I'll keep this speech short, as I am not one for speeches, nor could I compete with the charisma of our previous Scythe, Meshi. He stands with chorus in the fields of reeds. May she shine upon us today. I look forward to officially meeting the next Medjay. I've heard many tales. Tonight we celebrate and mingle as one. As Meshi said last reaping, at our core, you as well as I are Clan Ptakan. Enjoy the festivities, drink, play music, have fun. May the reaping be honorable, and may the contestants and all our people keep faith in her greatness chorus, the Raven Mother. May the best warrior claim victory.
As you complete your speech, everyone kind of slow to start, claps. They're still in shock of what's going on, and it kind of picks up into a rapturous applause. And as it kind of dissipates, people do so as well.
Dren is going to beeline for her spot, for their spot.
All right.
Make sure nobody else is going to take it.
Sounds familiar.
Dren, you all see Dren kind of head out.
Dren's been angling for that,
just kind of, shoulder
during the entire thing.
Sure. The rest of you, as is custom, start to approach the Medjay, or the Scythe.
Hey.
Pretty
crazy, huh?
Will you be joining the festivities with us?
I love to drink. I need to drink. Very confused.
Well, then we'll see you at the tent.
Yes.
Yeah, Frederick kind of comes in and says, "Oh, yeah, so the Medjay tent's available if you want drinks and games if you want, but you can really just talk and chat and stuff too if you want." So yeah, thank you, Vorkax, thank you. But yeah, it's literally down the same spot, but in front of the castle. So. Yeah, really, I just make these games so I can make new high priests.
High priests are the best.
They are.
your brother this whole time has just kind of like not been maintaining eye contact.
That's fair.
with you.
Yeah. I've looked at him, but like I have not been trying to get him to look at me. So I think Vorkax is probably gonna, like, as soon as he can, step away for a little bit before he goes to the tent.
I would like to catch you before you leave.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm kind of peering on the side.
Go ahead and roll for stealth though if you want, Kazu.
Yep.
If you're trying to be stealthy, you can just be
No.
as well.
Not really.
Well, my passive perception is 20.
All right, yeah. So you definitely see like Reganna just kind of like hanging around, kind of like they're kind of glancing over to your about to be conversation.
Okay. So
I'm sitting on my throne.
you're on a throne.
There's no throne yet. You're just outside.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like walk to everyone.
Oh no,
Is
he's
there-
got like
is
he's
there
got like
anyone
5
around?
people carrying.
Anyone like right next
It's like
to us?
Xerxes.
Not right next to you, but you do take note of Reganna's lingering and side glances.
What? Okay.
Do something.
Vorkax. Nice to see you this
Nice to see you.
festival, of course. Glad to see you're doing well.
Yes.
You know, I was just a little concerned.
About what?
Well, you know, out there outside of the gates of Kilan, it seems like the other Medjay can't seem to keep your name out of their mouths.
As I've heard.
And then I would like to can I sleight of hand cast Whisper?
Sure, go ahead and roll sleight of hand. What's your passive perception, Reganna?
Perception 17.
How do people do that?
Or you can also roll
Stats.
if you
It's all
want.
passive.
You can either take your
Always
passive or you can roll since you said you were trying to keep it ear and eye out.
That's not very good. 11.
What'd you get?
A 19.
Okay,
Well,
so you definitely see
plus
their hands
Perception is like
Like the
20.
form.
Well,
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
he's casting
I
something.
just speak into it like a wire because that's what you need for message. You see something.
Yeah, you take note that it's some casting.
So is this something only I can hear, or?
Yeah.
You guys go outside for a second. This shouldn't be that long.
I have a proposition, a plan that could possibly regain some of that honor that people question you have. If you're interested, just let me know. I have an idea.
Alright, so in response, Vorkax will say, we will meet after the festivities in the tent. I will be returning to my chambers right after speaking with the other Medjay. So yeah, I'm going to be going to my chambers to reflect on my brother showing up, and then I'm going to go to the Medjay tent, and then we can either discuss there or when we're leaving there.
I think it would be best if we kept this secret, so.
I will speak to Fledwick. I'll speak to Fledwick and I'll tell him to let you in.
At the end of me casting, I kind of just put my hand on his shoulder and I just say, take care of yourself. And then I walk away.
Okay, so you saw what you saw. But you did not hear nothing. All right, so the crowds are beginning to dissipate. The Medjay, you notice, have already kind of left.
Do none of the other Medjay want to approach me? While we're in
You
this,
got handshakes from everyone but your brother and from Dren.
Once we get the camp
Mm-hmm.
like the Medjay
claimed,
tent?
Okay.
Oh,
then I'm gonna
Wait,
head
'cause Dren
back
ran away, huh?
to say hi to
They
Vorkax.
probably had time in between.
Okay. You could
The last.
you would
person
know
I-
you could catch him if he does leave early to on the way back.
Yeah, probably as I,
just on
like,
the north
I-
path.
As I see people start to
Yeah.
coming
So-
back.
On your way towards the castle.
Yeah, to return to my chamber.
you run into Dren.
Vorkax,
Dren, was it?
it is. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
I look forward to the reaping.
As do I.
And then they stare at each other.
And they kick.
just like really awkward.
Yeah.
Dren's not sure what to do.
Tension's
now.
definitely there.
Vorkax is rubbing his
Yeah,
rubbing
Looking-
his hands on his legs.
trying to pull out his phone.
Yeah, checking the weather
Oh,
app.
you guys are way damn weird right now. You guys are way weird.
Which is right next to him.
You guys are being freaks. You guys are. That's not how I would. I have to whiz. So I'd whiz them up if I. If I were you, I'd be whizzing.
All right, let us return to my chamber of Woodwick.
Okay. All right,
Start walking.
so you guys just go your separate ways. Were the rest of you going to the tent, or what was your guys' course of action?
Set up camp.
All right.
Wherever.
just setting camp.
All right, you guys go to your
Roll for location.
yeah, you guys go to your assigned locations.
I tell all of Dren's people to get out.
Intimidation.
No, I just go to where I'm supposed to. I'm not stepping on any toes.
All right, so you guys go to your locations, make sure everyone's settled. Let your Harajas know course of actions. They are gonna go check on the clans outside the walls, make sure they're set, and then meet you guys in the tent to be able to serve you any drinks or food you want.
As I'm like walking with Woodwick, I want to ask him to talk to the clan and see if there's anybody who is willing or wants the position of Haraja.
No. Okay.
I feel like Fledwick would
I
do
can-
a pretty
I-
good
I would
job.
love- He's a priest.
I kind of like kick ass, but I.
If he wants to be my Haraja, I would
I'm
let him be my
I'm
Haraja.
pretty high prestige, so
I'm like a diamond wink.
yeah. Can I, is it like cool if I do it? Can I do it? Can
Yeah,
I?
that's
What do
fine.
we?
Yeah.
All right, I'm a Haraja. What do we
You
Haraja?
want to find me a new high priest?
Oh, I guess yeah. I could really do that. All right, I'll go check around, see who wants to play the course or whatever. He just kind of wanders off and begins his search. Mind you, he is a handsome orc man. Like he is.
I want
He's
to
like
die.
buff and like.
I want to
No,
die so
he's like shredded.
I want to die so I can play as him. What do we?
What are we? Ooh, what are we gonna win a weeping today? All right, you all feel like everyone's settled properly. What do you want to do?
Dren would like to know more about these oaks, like the
Okay.
trees that are scattered around.
Go ahead and roll a religion or arcana, whichever one you want.
I'm pretty sure they're both really bad.
Good.
I rolled a 10, so that's a 9.
Oof.
Yeah, it's, you're floor. You're like, I don't know, man. How the hell did this happen?
I mean, I feel like seeing
It doesn't
these
make
trees would probably start to give me some religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
but you definitely would like at least with that you'd be like, this is not natural.
yeah.
Like,
There's
thumbs up.
like there's got to be a higher power.
Sure. All
I'm
right.
a reborn again Christian.
Reborn again, Chorisian.
That is awesome.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything?
Well, I seek out Dren and I find them checking out the trees.
Did you see these trees?
Yes.
Majestic.
Would you like to know more about it?
Yes. What do you know?
About to find out.
About to find.
Yeah.
I'll
exactly.
be Rose first.
No, plus
No, he has a
6
good
is,
wisdom.
19.
Oh.
Okay. So you
So,
can definitely tell that these have been magically amplified,
These trees have been magically amplified
but by a divine power.
by some sort of divine power.
You gather that you gather that they have been basically a blessing bestowed upon Keelan in Meshi's honor. But you don't you can assume that it was Chorus was the god, but you don't know that was the god that did it. But you know some divine entity put them here to honor
And
Meshi.
we didn't see anything. There wasn't like a sapling or anything last
So-
year.
If you like asked around, people would happily tell you the story because they were like, yeah, we got to be there for it. It was crazy. Like, yeah, it just yeah. Like any Clan Marik person around would tell you like, yeah, it was wild. Like there was like it's just a little sprout, and we were like, oh shit, there's grass in the nest. That's crazy because we've never seen that. It's all rocky and snowy. It was fucking nuts. And then boom, tree, boom, tree, boom, tree, boom, and it just like it grew like in a day. Like it was like 5 feet, and then the next day it was like 20 feet, and then the next day it was like full grown. It was like in a week or some shit. It was crazy. You should have been here, but you weren't
I would
allowed.
have liked to have been
Yeah,
here.
but you do take note of it's 6 on the outer ring of the nest of the pit, and then there's 1 in the center. But yeah, so that's kind of what you gather from hanging around.
These trees, they're beautiful.
Yes, they are. Enough of the small talk. Let's cut to business.
Reganna,
Yes.
good to see you again.
Good to see you in your travels.
I'm nodding my head.
Yeah.
Have you considered the offer?
I have. And while I will not stand in your way, I will not accept anything that will weaken a unified Ptakan. If that means we work together to achieve your goal, I'm open to this, but that would mean we would need to work together for a unified Ptakan.
That is what I ask for. Antoine, my best friend, revealed that to me, and his judgment would have been the same to follow Meshi for United, and that's where I stand. I want to work together with you. I have, throughout this year, tried to plan and plot and an action plan of some sort, but I have come here with nothing but air in my hands, so I am seeking advice.
Remind me again what your offer was, because I don't think everybody was here for that.
It'd be nice for the viewers too.
Just what I want personally is to present the truth of what happened specifically within like the den or the
Lunarium?
yeah, of like how Antoine got like
Oh, the Raven's
killed
Nest.
and
Okay.
stuff in the Raven's Nest, because it was a little bit weird. I did some like mini investigation, but my investigating isn't good. So I can only do so much, and that's why I asked for your help to bring Vorkax. Kind of like, because he hasn't been speaking to us, then I want him to come out and confront the actual truth, because there's something wrong. And then I did say like Antoine did suspected this person to be killed. Everybody thinks it's this person, and I think that's wrong. And all that.
Remind me, Dren talked to Han about Han's suspicions, correct?
Han directly told you, Dren, that before the reaping, like told you everything that happened with the murder, told you all the questions that they had answered from the other clans, and how a lot of it was pinned on them because of they were missing that night.
Yeah.
And they expressed to you that
This is why I've been trying to get you to quit.
yeah, you definitely had that conversation. They had expressed to you that the only conceivable person that could catch Meshi off guard enough and get close enough and is strong enough is Keela, and he really hopes that it wasn't, but he planned on, when he entered the reaping, going and speaking with Keela in the reaping. And you saw that from the wall, from the outer wall. You were looking down and you saw Han presumably confront Keela and ask them very pointed questions. You couldn't hear anything, of course, but you saw some intense emotions shared between them, and then a sudden Han grabbing their head, and then one quick slash from Keela, and then you saw your best friend die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I what I offered was like more just like, I don't care about the fighting, I more care about the justice of my friend's death, to have Vorkax, shed some light to the subject.
As long as it is justice that we seek, I am with you. If it's merely vengeance, I am not.
I will be quite blunt with you. At first, this mission started through vengeance. I was enraged and I was angry of what Vorkax did. But I knew that would not bring my friend back. I knew that Antoine, his good heart, would have sought honor over vengeance, and that's what I try to now put myself in that situation. But I cannot hide you that it did start with vengeance and rage.
I understand that feeling. when I saw Keela murder Han, I felt the same.
Anton did say that he had suspicion on Keela before the fight, even though his investigating told him otherwise.
Han thought Keela the only one capable of murdering Meshi.
So, Anton was right. What should we do now?
Who else have you gathered?
I have reached out to the Taya clan Ace. I have also sought out assistance with Seto clan and the Ori clan.
I think we need to talk to Vorkax after we talk to the others. So basically, I think we need to confront Vorkax.
Intervention.
We should be at haste in talking to the others. The night is fast, and tomorrow is the reaping.
Yeah, I'll, you go talk with the others. I just need to keep digging on these trees.
They are a wonderful sign of Meshi. The gods do shine their presence on his death in these lands. But, and then I kind of just like, oh, sorry, Antoine always bowed. It's just a little habit of...
Put my hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you. This means a lot. I think you would be the one that will keep my conscience where it needs to be, in the right path, where Anton would have wanted it.
It's a lot of pressure, man.
And I kind of just like slowly walk away.
All right, cool. I'll go get that.
I kind of then scout out to find Ace.
Okay.
I'm just
Where are you?
helping set up everything in my assigned area, being polite and nice to my neighbors.
Okay. At this point, the sun is about to set, so it's starting to get a little dark out. You're able to find them at their villa.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
The pleasure is all mine, Ace. I just came.
Ew.
In my villa? Gross.
I came to your area to discuss what we have mentioned before.
Right. The Scythe of Ptakan, I assume you're referring to.
I'm referring to Vorkax.
Yes, the sun.
Yes.
I gesture you in to like my living quarters to talk.
Okay.
So like we're not just like in the street.
In the street, yeah.
Okay.
I feel much better. Just take my hood off.
So what would you like to discuss?
Justice. I have got some insight from a comrade that it was Keela who murdered Meshi. Keela.
Who gave you this information is more what I meant.
I talked to the Trist clan.
Trist clan, that doesn't make sense. I mean, Four was so adamant that it was Oris.
Yes, but there was one that did suspect it was Keela. The way Keela murdered Han proved that it was Keela, and Anton's suspicion on Keela.
Wasn't this in reaping? It's not murder, it's in the reaping. We're all fighting one another. I mean, I've heard tales from the other clans that Han was one of the main suspects. Do you know that you can trust this information?
Yes.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
28.
Everything's been true.
Mm-hmm.
You talked to Dren? Dren.
Yes, it was Dren, but before the reaping of last year, Anton did say that it was his suspicion with Han he was no part of it, and that he fell in line with what Meshi wanted and united to Khan.
I mean, I definitely appreciate this information, and I will take it into account. It is strange that if this is true, that no one has spoken out about this.
It has been a rough year, so I imagine that no one would. But
I mean, the people want answers.
and that's why I'm here to talk with you, to get those answers that were hidden and kept in secret by Vorkax.
I do agree that we should get to the bottom of it, and it's clear that he is the only one who survived the last reaping, and I'm certain that he must know something, or at least more than what he shared.
So you have a plan?
I do, if you are interested.
I am.
Can I trust that this does not leave this room?
Yes.
Insight.
I mean, yeah, I guess go ahead and do it.
Can I do my passive insight? Passive insight's 20.
Sure. What do you are you trying to hide anything?
No.
And then yeah, what do she get with a 20?
No, I'm all about honor and keep.
Yeah, but I'm just I insight
I wouldn't-
specific.
I wouldn't
so
say-
you
I wouldn't bring-
As of right now, they are.
You know that I wouldn't bring
They
your name
don't
up or
intend to.
anything, as
They
far
don't
as
intend to right now.
Okay. I do have a spell. It
Brings out truth.
compels people to tell the truth.
I have that same spell.
My save's higher.
Probably.
I'm better at it.
How were you going to use this spell?
I would ideally like to see if Vorkax would like to tell us this and see if he will come clean, or if we have to force it out of him. Either way, I think we should go about as normal. And tomorrow morning, we can call for a conference in the Lunarium and cast the spell.
Is there any assistance that you need to set this arrangement up?
I would just like to make sure that he is present. And I may need you to figure out a way to either have you or multiple Medjay stand also in this zone as to confirm its abilities.
You have me and one other, but I tend to talk to two more,
And I trust,
possibly three.
and I trust that my name will not be thrown under.
No, if anything happens, I would rather have my name be thrown out. This is what I've been seeking for a year.
It's been a long year. We all have a common enemy, it seems. Does this partnership only last for this situation?
That depends on what you plan to do after, was my next question.
After, as in,
If this succeeds.
if this succeeds, we will know who really killed Meshi.
Do we still fight, or do we try to bring the world that Meshi wanted united?
I think right now we start smaller in regaining the honor of the title of Scythe.
Agreed. And I bow. Oh, sorry. It's a habit from Antoine. And then I kind of just
I shake your
swiftly,
hand.
yeah.
and-
Oh, yep.
Shake your hand and just. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
See how things go.
As you guys go your separate ways, the sun is now set across the city of Kilan. The lights light the streets, and aside from just the light of the Medjay's tent, the city seems to be quieting down for a night's rest. Other than that,
we're not going to do the Medjay tent stuff?
That's there if you want, yeah.
Yeah. So,
there's still lights and stuff there, and you can hear some...
Yeah, because after a while, Vorkax will go back to the Medjay tent to...
Sure. Yeah, it's been about
partake in the festivities.
2 hours since you've arrived. It's probably
so it's only
it's like 9 maybe.
Dren's already at the tent, like telling everybody about these trees.
All right. So as Dren, as you enter the tent, presumably first, since everyone else was doing things, you arrive at a large cobblestone space in front of the castle. Many of the vendors' tents have already been placed. Outside, and then like a ring around the large circus-sized tent that is the Medjay's tent. It's a combination of fine furs and linens, and you can see inside there's a large gambling table in its center, built to sit 12, yet hardly ever full on the first night. In all 4 corners surrounding it, there are circular tables, a little smaller, but set to sit a certain number of Medjay as well. Inside, you see... the only 2 you see right now are Joe Flera and Gon Korvax, and they're just kind of like chatting at a table.
Remind me again which...
They are the Black Dragonborn and the Gold Dragonborn, Vorkax's brother.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna go introduce myself to Korvax, and I'm gonna say, Vorkax, so good to see you.
Oh, no, that's my brother. I'm Korvax, Gon Medjay, and he kind of extends his hand.
I shake it and I say, what did I say?
You said Vorkax?
Yes.
That's my brother. I'm Korvax.
Oh.
No, it's fine. It's confusing. Our nicknames are also really similar. I'm Thunderbolt. He's Thunderous.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Our parents did not love us very much. Yeah. We were just kind of catching up. Feel free to take a seat if you want.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, it's great to meet you too. Seems like your people really respect you.
Congratulations on your coronation.
Yeah, thanks. It was
unique.
It was tough. There was a lot going on at the time, and just choices, and none of them great. Did the best I could.
That's all any of us can do.
Yeah.
And Dren's gonna slink away.
Oh,
like Homer's.
Not slink, just like exit the conversation.
Right.
Respect their that they're catching up.
Okay.
So Vorkax, I'm gonna say he'd been drinking a little bit, so he's like a little tipsy.
Okay.
So he's gonna walk in and he's gonna ask if anybody wants to play liar's dice.
Oh. So your brother still can't look at you and just doesn't answer. Joe Flera notices the tension and goes, "We're fine. Maybe later. Thank you."
So Vorkax will go over to a table and start just rolling dice.
This is sort of sad.
He doesn't know what to do.
So Dreddy would take note of Vorkax just playing dice by themselves. Yeah. The rest of you would have arrived, at this point.
I scan the room seductively.
Okay.
In a sexy way.
The other players at this table, as well as Don Korvax and Joe Flera. Sorry.
Do you guys show up together?
No.
Yeah, so you're still not there, right?
I would have arrived.
You guys arrived around the same
Around the
time.
same time?
It was very similar. It probably would have been Reganna first, and then you. But
I'd go say hi to Reganna.
Okay.
I just nod.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Fudwick to play liar's dice with me.
Oh yeah, I play this game all the time. It's literally my favorite game. I'm kind of a pro at it. We kind of made my own little group in the Coas Cathedral, and we play it on the weekends.
So I'm gonna be doing that.
Sits down and you begin playing Liar's Dice. I won't actually play Liar's Dice with you unless other
it's two people.
Yeah. but yeah.
I think I want to kind of see if I can kind of like check and see what's going on around me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception.
19.
Okay. You see your brother speaking with Flara.
A single tear.
It seems like a very serious conversation. You catch some words about they're talking about siblings and expectations.
Fuck. Roll for cry.
Give a second.
You see Reganna.
I think that's a free action.
You see Reganna and Dren greet each other, and I don't know what Ace wants to do, but
kind of see if I could see who Vorkax was talking to, and kind of.
Okay. You catch a similar thing where they're talking about siblings and expectations. Can't really put together the full conversation, but seems like they're bonding. Reganna and Dren just greeted each other.
And you have me and Fludwick.
Yeah,
Dice.
And you also see Fludwick at the table.
Is there no other Medjays there?
Yeah, who else is there? Any
That's
other
all
Medjay?
that's there.
Damn.
I mean, I'm gonna play it cool, but I really want to go play some Liar's Dice with Fludwick.
Okay. Ooh, all right.
I actually really like Liar's Dice.
I'm gonna go over to Vorkax.
Okay.
And Flara. I also go and say, Vorkax, surprising. Congratulations on your coronation.
Thanks.
Made
Didn't see it coming this way.
Made a stir.
Did see what?
Yeah, I didn't know how to prepare people. I didn't know how to prepare myself. It was a bit chaotic, more than I'd like, but I am where I am.
Would you want to discuss over drinks?
Yeah, if you want to take a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we kind of head over to the table to talk.
Yeah.
I guess so. You get a little bit a ways. What led you to?
Yeah. So, essentially, I was in the Gone clan for quite a while. At first, as Raja to Marik. Got there early. I was looking for Marquise. It's the only place I really knew where to start. And once I got there, there wasn't much of a trail, but there was plenty of things that needed fixed in that clan. They were confused. People were panicking. There was a few fights that broke out. And no one was there to do what the Medjay does to keep the peace within their family. And it struck me because, well, in a way, I feel like it's my fault. And I felt like I owed it to them to stick around and maybe help them. And as I did, I made bonds. I earned trust. And they held this tournament and nobody entered. Nobody wanted to be Medjay. Nobody wanted to die. Nobody wanted to protect their families. And someone had to. For these people that I had grown to love as my own family. And so I first spoke with Garble because I knew I would need someone I trust. And I offered my own name.
Very honorable.
All of us are not playing Liar's Dice. We are
You're just
listening.
directly yeah, you can do that. All right. Yeah, you guys are all turned around and gone kind of. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in for the night though. And he kind of stands up as he feels a little awkward now.
If he looked towards us, I'm just gonna pretend.
He feels
Tears are streaming.
awkward and he leaves, but Flara's still there. Let's go. All right, what's the code? You sit down and Joe kind of.
Flip a table.
Flara. What's your name?
I'm
Ace, right? Ace. Sorry. It's been a night.
You okay?
Yeah. Well, it's just it's not more for me. I just feel for Vorkax, you know. I don't think he wanted to share that with everyone just yet.
Yeah, I felt guilty while I was listening.
It was tough to watch.
I think I'll apologize to him if I ever see him That it does seem like
Sure.
a rough situation.
That's a good idea, I think.
How has your year been?
Similarly difficult. As you know, my clan has, or the origin family has been the Medjay since the segregation of clans, and I'm working on a way to end that trend, but it's hard to end the trend when you are the trend.
Yeah, that's understandable for sure.
Right, yeah. So, how about you?
There was just a lot of uncertainty, obviously, since last year's situation. It's been difficult trying to keep people's respect for the title of Scythe. I'm
And
sure
it unfortunately trickles down to the Medjay as well. Yes, I understand. It's a delicate balance we have to find.
Reganna, do you how has the last year been in terms of keeping the people having faith in the Scythe and the Medjays, just considering how little information we know and the uncertainty in the last year?
So much uncertainty lies within the lands of Ptakan. One certainty that I know is that Meshi was the one.
He definitely left big shoes to fill.
Agreed. And things have been quiet within this particular throne.
Sure.
We would like to bring out that truth.
Yeah, I'm for truth. I'm not really following what you're saying, though.
I just, I think I've heard from several other Medjay. We were interested in getting answers about what happened to Meshi, and I think we're going to call for a meeting tomorrow morning just to see if we can, finally gain some clarity after the situation.
I would support that. My people have also been requesting, understandably, a little more answers on the loss of the Scythe. I agree. I think that would be much needed.
We appreciate your support. All I ask is we dealt with this honorably, and to bring out the truth.
Not with combat?
We're speaking.
No. She said, I agree. I agree. I think
one step at a time.
I think that is the way to go about it as well. Seems like we're on the same page. But it is late, and it's been a long journey for the day, as I'm sure you all went through the same.
I do have one question.
Yes.
What do you think about Korvax?
What do I think about Korvax? Oh, what Korvax would say?
Would he be on our side?
It's tough to say, truly. I know he wants answers for people. It's one of the things we discussed. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
11.
He definitely has a keen interest in finding answers for people that have not received them, but you'd have to ask him personally.
Thank you for your time.
Good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Best of luck. And they get up and start to head out. And at this point, you guys have finished your game.
Vorkax has been default dancing in the corner.
Okay.
I mean, Frederick and I keep playing. Like,
Do you want to go get worked right now? You only would stand a chance. You guys can play as long as you'd like. What are the rest of you guys? It's just you guys now.
Yeah, so I'm still in the tent, but I'm kind of just doing drunken stuff.
Okay.
Because like after he saw
Flashback.
his brother, he's like, I'm gonna bring it tonight.
Sure. All right.
I'm gonna call it a night.
All right. So
I need rest.
Dren heads back, and Fortu goes, "Yeah, if you want more, you come back later, loser." Whatever.
I will come back later.
Can I try to figure out where Relko?
If you'd like,
How would I?
you could start at the villa.
Okay,
If you'd
that's what
like.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you head over to the Relko or the Ori Villa, where Relko is presumably located. As you walk in, it's pretty quiet. There seems to be like no one on the main floor, which is like pretty much just a bar and an open dining hall. You do see Relko, the Raven-esque Aarakocra, and he is walking out Grunt Bashal, the Githyanki leader of the Grunt clan. And they're just heading out and they see you enter. And
They were at the tent? Or
they were in their villa, in Ori's villa. Grunt was with Ori in the Ori villa. Ori goes, I did not see you there. Are you here to speak or with me? Or is it with Bashal?
both. If the two of you wouldn't mind.
I mean, this is kind of where I stay at, so sure, yeah, I can stay. Bashal, and he turns over to Bashal, and he's a very, very tall, lean Gith man, probably like 6'8" maybe. Kind of wears like his hood up a lot, and looks very intimidating. He kind of like scoffs and. I think maybe we can talk tomorrow, but I'm truly not interested right now. Thanks, though. Thanks for the offer. Good day, Relko. And he just kind of like shuffles past you and heads out. But Ori is...
Relko, this will be quick.
Sure, yeah.
As you know, things have been uneasy within the lands of Ptakan.
Yeah, of course.
I tend to get answers tomorrow morning from Vorkax.
Oh, yeah, no. Sounds right, mate.
And I was wondering where you lie
On the whole,
on that scale.
on Vorkax specifically?
Vorkax and Meshi.
Yeah, so Vorkax, like, truly, well, where do you stand?
I find him dishonorable. How he
Oh,
became-
okay, cool. Then we are on the same page.
Oh.
Because the way he won last time, you know, you really see it, and it really sticks with you because you're just like, that's not what we get into this for. Absolutely not. And I was honestly a bit disgusted. As far as Meshi, like, it's true travesty, truly. I mean, pretty clearly Horus did it, but, you know, what are we going to do now? Beshal killed the Haraja, so there's not really justice to be had. And Horus is already dead, and yeah, but as far as Vorkax, fucking don't give a shit.
Well, good to know, because I plan on having him confront to us how he took the crown and the dishonor he brings to the name of...
Sure, mate, do what you want. I'm past it, but yeah, if the fucker gets what's coming to him, I'm down for it.
So you won't stand in my way?
No, why would I do that?
Okay,
Should I?
That's why I came here to...
Oh no, I don't give a shit, mate.
What does Bashal think?
Of Vorkax? Yeah, I don't think he's a fan of him either. Truth be told, as far as I'm concerned, I think as far as I know, I think he truly doesn't like him either.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. That was...
Yeah, of course, mate.
the only... I thought this was going to be a little bit harder, but... Okay.
No. We'll crack on later if you want.
I'm going to do an insight check, though.
No, go ahead and insight.
To see if he's really just like brushing it off like he doesn't care, or if he like actually
Care about Vorkax's situation? Okay.
Ooh, natural 19 plus 7, so 26.
Yeah, he as far as he's concerned, he definitely has the vibe where he seems confident that the problem will be solved in time. You can tell there's definitely like when you were asking your questions about Meshi and like and you could get a sense that like he doesn't entirely think Vorkax wasn't involved. He definitely thinks Oris was the main, like the guy. Like he's pretty convinced on that, but he definitely like kind of had a vibe that he doesn't like Vorkax for many reasons.
Well, that's it. I kind of just pull out my hand.
Good night to you.
Good night.
Yeah, sure.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Them two.
That's it.
Right. Now you head out. Where were we? Were we in the tent? You wanted to talk with Dren? Okay, awesome. You three on the tent. Where do you want to head, Reganna?
So
do you want to head home? Do you want to?
Are those two going to talk privately? Is that what is happening?
You're in the tent though, so you can be here. Okay. If you're in the space that they're talking in, you can be here. Just don't metagame it.
What if they're whispering? Do I still have to leave, even though I'm there?
If they cast like whisper.
I would like to whisper. Well, I would like
I'm
to
also-
be heard.
Well, you can also
Dren
ask
was-
if you want him to leave.
Vorkax is also like
I don't know.
busy, like being drunk.
Sure. Okay.
So,
So,
like-
you and Josh can go.
Okay.
But what do you want to do?
I'll probably just go back to where the trees are and just kind of like give a little prayer and just do paladin stuff. But that's about it.
Okay.
Paladins.
Cool. We'll do
These
that.
trees, I'm telling you. So Dren was starting to leave. So I'm guessing Ace will like
Catch up to you.
Oh, I thought you were just sitting
catch me
quiet.
outside. How about that?
Yeah, that works. All right.
I was, and then
Yeah.
we started kind of winding down.
Right.
But-
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
back in the Medjay's tent, Dren begins to leave.
Oh, no, I just follow them out and just kind of like match their stride.
Okay.
So I'm walking next to you.
Where are you headed, Dren? Oh, you're walking next to
Yeah.
me?
So-
Oh, I thought you meant like you keep
No,
your
I don't
pace.
wanna, like-
Okay.
Oh,
Sneak
yeah.
up on them. I just want to like.
I guess where you headed, just. in case
I was
it's
gonna
important.
head to back to my camp just to make sure
Okay.
everything's on the up and up, and then maybe visit Korvax.
Okay. You're joining Dren on his walk back to his.
Mhm.
I
Villa.
would like to. Yeah.
Or their villa.
Ace,
Yes. Dren, it was.
correct? Yes. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well. Under weird circumstances, obviously.
Every year.
Every year. This one especially. You saw those trees?
I can't get enough of these. What do you know about the trees?
Can I roll
Yeah.
to know about trees?
Religion or
Yes.
just making other people do the work for you.
I feel
You're
like
like
I
the
want to
meme
roll.
of the little girl that's like, I really like to know about the trees, but
I know even less than you do.
damn,
I
Let
rolled
me
a
tell
1
you-
Total. I rolled a 3 with -2.
them shits are trees.
Let me tell you about these trees.
Ooh.
They are the most beautiful trees you've ever seen. I guess they suddenly sprouted last year, and within a week, they had grown to full size.
That is definitely amazing. Very powerful.
It's a miracle.
force. Yeah.
Dren's super like totally believing this, like that this is some manifestation of Chorus, and it's kind of converted. Like, you know, they had questions before. I keep saying she because my portrait picture is female. Anyway, they are totally all about these trees.
I mean, yeah, they're very unexpected to come back and see.
Something beautiful in the middle of all this desolation.
So I assume you're also not happy with the way things went last year. Seems to be a common theme.
I've been, for years, realizing that the way we do the reaping is unsettling. I do agree that there were problems with the way things were run, but killing the best of us every year doesn't seem the way to make things better for Ptakan. So, yes, I am unhappy with the way things went. You?
That does make sense. I never really thought about it in the abstract. It's our clans were based off of the system. And the system has worked for the most part up until last year, where a lot of that came into question with the untimely murder of Meshi, and still no clarity on that situation, which I'm sure your clan has had to deal with. Consequences of information not being given. I know there were whisperings of your clan's involvement, but Four didn't believe that Han had anything to do with this, so I think that it must be hard to deal with these whisperings that aren't true.
Yes, Han did not have any part in the slaying of his best friend. Han confided in me that the only person that had access and opportunity was Keela.
That's something that Reganna did mention. What do you mean ability? I mean, it seemed so clear that it was Boris's clan.
Han would have shared with you, by the way, their heritage and how they were part Gith, half Gith. Keela was.
Oh, okay.
And that's how they had psionic abilities.
Gotcha. Keela had a unique relationship with Meshi that would have given her the ability to meet with him when he was vulnerable. Han told me that her partial Gith heritage would have given her the ability to destroy him without laying a finger on him.
So you can definitely tell that Ace is surprised by that, because that is something she did not know. And you're certain of this, that she would kill him, then rip open his chest and create this huge display that Four said she looked disgusted at. There just seems to be a lot of conflicting evidence. I mean, everyone suspects someone different, and I remember that Vorkax's key was missing. Like, there's just pieces that don't fit into place, but...
I agree. I don't know all of the answers, which is why we need clarity. But I think we need, even more so, a unified Ptakan. I think in talking with Han, it's the only way to move forward. And without Meshi, it becomes more difficult.
I see that this is something you're very passionate about, but I do have to ask, what do you intend to do during the reaping?
I intend to survive with anyone who is willing to unify this realm. I intend to survive.
All right. I will give this some thought, but I will be in contact. I do think that if Meshi believed that this was a good idea, that Han believed that this was a good idea, there must be some truth to that.
I cannot go another year where the best of us are destroyed. Dren's kind of tearing up.
Okay.
And so is Trent.
We've all lost someone. And I think, at the very least, we are united in that.
Yes. Are you okay?
Yes.
I feel like I need to roll a perception check or insight.
Insight, yeah.
Insight? Oh man. Oh, that's surprisingly good. Oh, 27.
Can I roll deception?
Yeah, please
You can
do.
roll deception
Oh,
or
wait, it won't
persuasion.
even matter because my deception's a +1, so that's
You
not.
have to
gonna be-
roll a natural 20.
You can do it. You
I'll
can do
roll
it.
anywhere. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Close. I got a dirty 20.
Damn. All right, tell him what you
Um,
think that deserves.
so what Dren would be looking for is like the truth of that statement. Like when I say, are you okay? And you say yes, Dren's just trying to figure out if that is you saying yes or if it's actually yes.
It's very much just saying yes. Like you can tell there's like a deep sadness about this yes, and that's like not the truth. Thank you. We'll talk later.
Yes.
And then I break off.
Okay. You have arrived at your.
Do you
Wait,
so
sure.
as
Sure.
Ace is
Yeah.
leaving, Dren offers, or I need to visit Korvac. Wait, Korvax?
Yeah.
Korvax. I have to look at the name to like flip it around.
Yeah,
Korvax. Would you like to join me?
Sure.
Okay.
We can do that right now.
We're gonna head over.
But
Yeah, we're gonna keep
go
him outside. You guys have to stay outside.
It's so nice out. All right, so you both reorient your direction towards the Gone clan villa, which is a sight because didn't expect to see a villa under the banners of the Gone clan. But you've arrived, and you enter. It's
When you
quiet.
say a villa, what do you mean? Like,
So it's just a collection. It's like a big inn. There's like one building that's a big inn. It has like a bar. It has rooms. It's probably like 3 stories. Pretty
Okay.
large building. And then there's some surrounding buildings that are essentially roughly connected to it. And then there's like a central well. It's just kind of
how
like
do they have a permanent?
This isn't just for them. So this is filled by people of the winning clan in between like the festivals. But it's specifically designed so that like, because this is kind of where the families gathered. They gathered their wealth before the segregation of clans. So they just owned this massive sprawling villa with multiple houses that they owned. And they probably ran a tavern out of it. And it was all theirs. And that's kind of why people started butting heads. There was a lot of murder in the streets. And that's why the segregation of clans happened, because there was just families, very powerful families that ran everything, and there wasn't enough space for them to expand those families.
And this is Korvax's?
So yeah, you're going to Korvax's. Every festival they put banners up. It doesn't necessarily matter which one,
Okay.
but they pick like this will be their clans, and they just
Okay.
try and make sure every one clan has a major villa to house the hundreds of people that they bring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I
Okay.
thought we were surprised that there was a villa.
Oh no! You're just surprised to see the banners because
Sure.
you had assumed it was going to be
Because
Meshi
nobody
was going to
knew
be the
what was
site
going
for-
on with the Gone clan.
Yeah, until
Gone
he
clan?
died, or
Yeah.
until he died of natural causes. So yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's surprising you. But you arrived.
Cool.
When you enter inside, there's like 3 people kind of shuffling around, cleaning up, and you don't see Korvax at the moment.
We'll ask him. Has Korvax been here?
Oh yeah, he's upstairs, just taking a little sleep-a-rooney for the old tomorrow, the big day.
Can we talk with him? Or his
I'll go
Haraja?
see, the goggles should be around here, and you just see like behind the bar, he just kind of pokes his head up, and he goes, "Oh hey, it's you guys! Oh, all right, hey, well, you need Korvax? Is that what you're here for?"
Yes. Can we speak with Korvax?
Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah. Hold on. Have you met my nephew Spit? He's the No High Priest, and this even smaller, somehow older goblin, even though he's his nephew, waddles up and he goes, "Hey guys, nice to meet you. I'm Spit." and just a bunch of liquid sprays out of his mouth. He's like, I'll be over at the cathedral if you ever need me. So, just be looking out. And
nice to meet you.
And then Gargle goes and enters the door, and you hear like, and then out walks Korvax, and he's kind of like, he has his armor off, and he's just in his like typical clothes. He goes, hey, was there something you guys needed?
I, first of all, would like to apologize for listening into your conversation. I didn't intend for that to happen. It was not.
No, it's fine. I suppose I shouldn't have spoken so openly about something I wasn't ready to disclose. So it's not. It's fine. You're forgiven, or whatever you're looking for. We're good. We're okay.
I didn't need
I appreciate it.
I wanted to thank you for sharing that. I think it's noble of you to help these people.
I think so too. I agree. I think it had to be done, and I didn't quite see who would do it.
Well, thank you. That's all I came to say. I will leave you for the evening.
Sure. I'll be around tomorrow, so if you need anything, feel free to stop by. I'll probably be just south of the main gate, the southern wall. I kind of like to just meditate by the river. So if you need me,
I understand.
Yeah.
Have you seen these trees?
Yes.
Have you considered
I was here when they started sprouting.
Meditating near these trees? Tell me more about these trees.
It's not really like okay to kind of go in the nest the day before. It's kind of sketchy. So like, unfortunately, can't do it now. But that is something I definitely did when they were sprouting. We had to go down and figure out what was going on. So you can really feel like the presence of chorus there. It's beautiful. I can only imagine what they are like now because I didn't get to see the final product until I came in today. But it's amazing. I'll see you around. Or did you need anything else? Okay.
Not today.
Yeah, so you guys head out. Do you guys want to head back to your villas? You said you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm going to excuse myself. Thank you again for speaking. We'll meet again tomorrow. And I wish you the best.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay.
Then I'll head over to my villa.
Your villa. And where were you headed again?
I'm headed back to my villa, or the camp that we set up.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So just so you know, there's the villa, and you kind of choose and select like a preferred couple hundred to come with you to live in that villa, and then the rest of your clan, because it's a clan of like thousands, stays outside the walls, and there's just like these big tent cities outside the walls.
Okay, cool.
So that's where like the majority of your clan is, but like, some you maybe do a raffle, whatever you wanted to do. But so that's kind of who stays at your villa. But
it actually helps us maintain our budget, like for education and like all the things.
You're actually a clan of accountants. All right, cool. All right, I'll go with it.
I was thinking like school teachers, like it's like the bake sale.
Oh, it's the book festival.
Yep.
You guys talked for a while.
Do you need all of us to go out?
Besides Vorkax.
Oh no!
Oh my god! All right, well, what do you guys want to do while we decide that then?
No, I'm just doing paladin stuff like I said.
just
Probably
praying.
retire for the man.
Okay, so you head back to your villa. What did you want to do after your villa? You said
Just check on everyone at the camp. Make sure that nothing's.
and then go to sleep after that. Is your plan? Okay, cool. So we'll do your thing.
An early night.
But what I'm gonna plan on doing, because this has been a very long first night, I'm probably gonna give you an option to speak to each of the players at the table once tomorrow, and then you can pick 2 NPCs to talk with, and then we're gonna hit that. You have the long rest mark.
Can everyone go out as we describe something, and then I'll have Eric come in?
Okay, I'll come get you. It'll be quick. It'll be quick because I think I know what they're planning.
Round 4, here we go.
Yes.
All right, so I would like to head to my villa. Are there people out and about?
There's still some vendors that may be like closing up their shops, locking some boxes, and like folding up their tarps, but...
Okay, but there's like people out there.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to, kind of slide into an alley, and I would like to cast Mislead.
Okay. Go ahead.
So,
Yeah, explain that.
what this allows me to do, so I become invisible the same time that an illusory double of you appears where you are standing. The double lasts for the duration, but the invisibility ends if you attack or cast a spell. You can use your action to move your illusory double up to twice your speed and make it gesture, speak, and behave in whichever way you choose. You can see through its eyes and hear through its ears if you were located where it is. On each of your turns, as a bonus action, you can switch from using its senses to your own, or back again. While you are using its senses, you are blinded and deafened in regard to your own surroundings.
Okay.
So, I become invisible, and at the same time, a perfect replica of me is where I'm standing.
Okay.
I instruct it to do what I normally would, and kind of make sure that I am, seen walking back to my villa.
Okay.
Like, I definitely want, like, vendors or anyone else out on the street seeing me go to my villa. And then I want to be training. I assume, like, my villa has, like, a yard area, like, nearby, like, next to it. Yeah. And I would like to just be, like, doing, like, stretches and training. And my double asks my Haraja to not let anyone bother me.
Okay.
So, while my double does that, I, while invisible, will be heading over to the keep to go meet with Vorkax.
Go and roll stealth with advantage, and then I'll go get him.
25.
Okay. Yeah, so there's some times where some, like, vendors stacking some barrels, and then they just tip over, and you're able to just, like, flip over it, no problem, and keep your pace, like it wasn't even there. Like, you're becoming like a monk in the middle of this, like, stealth mission. You're very nimble, able to dodge people that walk past you or change their direction. And yeah, you have no issues. So you make it there, no problems.
I'd like to go talk to Vorkax.
Fledwick comes up to your room and knocks on the door. Hello, Mr. Vorkax, are you in there sleeping or whatever?
I'm kind of in here right now.
Excuse me, Vorkax, hello.
What do you want?
Mr. Scythe? The Medjay, Taya Ace is here to see you. She said you had a meeting or something like that.
Send her in.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta walk down the stairs. He goes, walks back down the stairs. He left you at the front door, and you've been waiting for like 5 minutes.
And I'm still invisible, so I'm invisibly tapping my
Sure. He's like, he kind of like opens the door and like looks around and he goes, Mr. Hey, what do we want to do in front of me? That was crazy. Yeah, he'll wait for you. You're upstairs. If you go to where I am, and then you go up the stairs to the right, his room right there. His room right there. What are we? Yeah, no problem. I'll be waiting around.
Thank you. I dropped my invisibility.
Okay.
So I walked
activate
on
my invisibility.
Where did you go?
No.
So I walk up the stairs. Is this the same as Meshi's room from last time? Okay.
Did you make any changes to your room since you've... or is it as simple as Meshi's was?
It's always just a simple, yeah. Vorkax isn't very materialistic.
So when you enter, you see white sheets, a bed, a desk, and then a bunch of empty space.
Yeah. Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
All right. Vorkax, glad to see you've taken me up on this offer.
I'm interested to see what you have to say.
I think I have something of a solution for the situation regarding your reputation as of late.
Yes, I thought my brother Korvax would help me restore that, but it seems like he has his own agenda to fill.
It must be hard to see that.
Yes, I'm unsure of what to do next because of that.
I mean, I will let you know that the other Medjay are planning on calling for a meeting tomorrow morning. We do want answers as to who...
I plan on revealing as much information about Meshi's death as I know to the other Medjay. I just did not want to inform the people of Ptakan as to not cause, worry and that such to the people. But I would like to disclose any information I have to all the Medjay.
So, you know who did it?
I do know who did it.
Is that something you feel comfortable sharing?
Keela was the one who murdered Meshi, and Marquise had tampered with the scales and fled Keelon, the city.
And so the reason that you chose not to share this was what?
I didn't know how the people of Ptakan would react, and I would rather have some discontent towards me than to have confusion among the people of Ptakan and cause, uproar, disturbances.
That selflessness might not reap the benefits that you may have wanted it to. There's a lot of discontentment with you. Honor is everything to the Scythe and to the Medjay. And I can confidently tell you right now, many people do not think you are honorable, and many people resent the way you won and the title that you now hold.
I figured as much, and even if I had made it to the very end of the reaping, I think my plan was to concede. Following Meshi, it was such a big shoe to fill, and I thought I was up for it, but I am clearly not.
I mean, your beginning of your reign started with you farting on someone to win.
Yes, that's how I got.
But it was funny.
That's how I got my name as a Dragonborn. It is part of our culture to have nicknames, and that as a child, I was very gaseous.
I don't
So
need the background.
I've had to live up to my nickname ever since then.
You don't understand the trauma of farting so loud.
It's very ingrained in our culture to live up to your nickname. And so even if it's not something I necessarily wanted, it's something I've had to maintain.
To live up to your nickname is worth more than the peace of our clans.
You bring up a very valid point. I was very conflicted at the time, but I
mean, it didn't look conflicted to me. I mean, I was watching.
I mean, were you there though? So
I have my methods of figuring things out, but that's not why I came here.
Why did you come here tonight? What did you want to discuss?
Interested in perhaps throwing some of the heat off of yourself.
Of course. I mean, I never thought that the people would take my reaction and my actions as seriously as they did. I thought that by not revealing as much information, I would relieve the people of some stress and worry, but it seems like the opposite has happened.
I mean, those actions could very well be your death sentence.
I'm very well aware of that. I assume every single Medjay is out to get me. As the reigning Scythe, it would make sense for me to be the biggest target, especially since all of the things that have happened since the last reaping, with Meshi's death being so sudden and mysterious.
I mean, it certainly has been issue after issue, but I do have a proposition, and I would like your promise that this will not leave this room and that this conversation has never happened. And in return, I will help you.
My only goal for this next reaping is for my brother to be victorious. I would rather lose the title of Scythe than to see my brother fall. And if you can do your best to fulfill that promise, anything said in this room tonight will not leave this room tonight.
I can promise you that I will be honest, I will not hold back, but if he decides to yield, I will honor that.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure.
21.
Yeah, I would rather have my brother win than me live.
Cool.
Like, I want him to win because I don't want to see him
Yeah, but
die.
I'm more just
Right.
like wanting to make sure you're not gonna like tell people
Yeah,
that's happening.
like as long as you promise like that your intention is not to kill him.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay. So the way you won was questionable. And since the people still do not have the answer of who killed Meshi, I'm thinking you throw that on Antoine.
Are you implying that I should, when I talk to the people, imply that Antoine, the Medjay of Clan Yuki, was responsible for the murder? Is that what you were implying?
Yes. And let me tell you why. Frankly, I don't think there are many ways to come back from the final killing blow that was dealt. And I think that if you paint out this person that you've dishonored as a dishonorable person, that may take the heat off of you. It would give the people an answer. I mean, Ford told me that you and Antoine were drinking the same night your key went missing. I mean, I will be honest, there are a few clans who believe you killed Meshi, and withholding that information has not helped those rumors.
I think you make a very compelling argument. I feel like it would be pretty easy to pin the blame onto Antoine. I find this proposition very appealing. It seems to relieve me of any blame. It seems very probable. Marquise and Keela were both very fond of Meshi. Even if they are to blame, it seems very improbable for them to be the perpetrators. Antoine, however, definitely had a motive of being the next Scythe.
And no personal connection.
Mm-hmm. What do you gain out of this? Of me accusing Antoine of the murder of Meshi?
I think that the Scythe would be a powerful ally to have on the field. And it seems your options are limited in terms of allies.
What do you propose this partnership consists of?
I believe that what would be the most beneficial is if we don't outright target each other, at least until bigger threats or stronger alliances are out of the picture.
So if we run into each other within the Raven's Nest while there are other enemies, you're proposing that we ignore each other until...
I'm proposing we go towards the center.
So you're proposing a partnership until at maximum the final two.
Yes.
I will promise you that if there are more than just us two, I will target the other Medjay unless it is my brother. If it is between me, you, and my brother, I would concede or die before fighting my brother. If that is a fair agreement to you, then I will make this deal.
If I am to help you further with the coming questioning tomorrow morning, what can you offer me in return?
If there's something specific you're looking for, you but need to ask, and I can probably provide it.
As long as the before mentioned terms come to be. Just attack who you perceive to be the strongest. Unless, of course, it's your brother. I understand.
I have not interacted with many of the Medjay, being in the city and not roaming. Who do you perceive to be the strongest and the biggest threat?
I can send you a message once I have done my recon mission. After I've spoken to and assessed all of the other Medjay, and I will tell you a name.
Yes, I will be waiting on your response, and I will target whoever you perceive to be the strongest. If you can list them, I will then go in order, and I will not target you until we are the final two, or if my brother is involved.
All right, so the game plan for tomorrow is we will be calling a meeting in the Lunarium, and I will vote to have myself cast Zone of Truth. I will do it so you are not in the radius, and I will have other people standing nearby so they can confirm Zone of Truth is up, but you will not be in it.
So that I may lie and it be perceived as truth.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll sleight of hand for that now while they're not in the room.
Well, no, because I'm going to, I'm just going to cast the spell.
Well, yeah, while it's turning
I'm just going to, not...
I guess roll deception in case anything comes up.
Has somebody questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
It all depends if he specifically asks, I want to check this,
Yeah.
Can I, at that point...
I think you're safe for the most part.
Yeah, it's only if he says something's up.
Yeah, is he in?
So I'm just preemptively, because I don't want you to be him be is something up, and then I have you roll,
Thank you for listening to this episode of Did We Level Up? Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Links can be found in the description. There you'll find more updates and news about our upcoming games, such as The Curse of Strahd, an upcoming one-shot series using Kids on Bikes system, and our very first full-length homebrew campaign. As certified yappers, we invite you all to yap away with us in the comments with any suggestions and feedback you all might have. And with that, we'll see you next time in part 2 of You Reap What You Scythe.